Oh, yeah. Jason, do you have a numbering note?
That would have been from
Katie, you have?
427?
No,
Huh?
yeah,
429.
429.
429.
Okay, maybe, Michael, you have?
Yeah, my notes are not as good as the other people.
No, where we stop?
Yeah. So the main thing I got is understand three things: time, number, stops. Time plays a crucial role in our success. No time left to do what needs to be done if we keep putting it off. And usually we don't see all that needs to be done or the danger in putting it off.
Okay. Alright. In Lamrim, yes, Lamrim. And let's say after studying uh, after studying on Lamrim, let's say after studying on Lamrim, which is the actual instructions how to go about making spiritual progress, aim to attain enlightenment. In order for us to really to succeed in the practice of path to enlightenment, we should or we must have six what? We must have the six perfections. Or we should or we must have the six perfections. Or at least we should or we must what? Perfect what? Six
Qualities.
qualities or conditions that ensures or guarantees for us to succeed the actual path to enlightenment. Now, among or out of the six, we are on the number one, 4 years. 4, which is the perfection of diligence. Diligence is the opposite of laziness. Laziness is sort of a habit or inclination to spend our time in what? Idleness is called. To spending our time in idleness. Either doing either doing nothing, yes. Either what? Either doing nothing or doing something that does not serve any purpose in our life. So many of us, we stay, let's say we stay late night to see the late night show, right? 99% that will not serve any good purpose in our life. Similarly, more inclined to do this, do that, do that, do this, do that, so on and so forth, while what need to be done is very much what?
Left undone.
Neglected, yes. So those are actually different characteristics of the what? Laziness. It shows that laziness is sitting inside of us. Similarly, you want to do what need to be done, but not today, yes. But not today. Some other time that's more convenient for you. That is also one
form of laziness.
Characteristics of the laziness that shows that we have or that person have the laziness. Yes. Similarly, you want to do, you see the reason
it needs to be done.
But you undermine your capacities. without any what? Help. And by myself alone cannot what?
Can't get it done.
Cannot
do
get it done. Cannot do. Can it done. Even not what? Thinking to what?
Do it.
Do it. Even not thinking to try it. Simply what? Let ourselves to what? Very much what?
To go with that assumption. That
To go with or in that with that what assumption, yes. Then simply what? Waiting for someone who can what? Give you help. Or who can show up to help you. And that may never what? That may never happen in our lifetime, yes. So those are the different characteristics of the what? Laziness that sits inside of what? Us, making us, causing us to fail what? Ourselves, to what?
fail ourselves.
To fail ourselves. Though we have all the time, opportunity, ability, capacity, potential to be able to
To
succeed,
get it done.
to get things done or to succeed, but we let ourselves to fail due to the that laziness. The Buddha said, one who has what, laziness, one who has laziness, she or he is sitting, no, she or he is living in the source of what? Failure. Failure, yes. One who has the diligence is living in his or her source of what?
Success.
Success. So therefore, Buddha said, whether we really will succeed or not is primarily something to do with our own what? Our own what? Effort, with self-confidence. So self-confidence is extremely important for us to succeed. Doing things in on what timely what manner is what another what important factor for us to succeed. Not only doing things in timely manner, but also what doing with a sense of what joy is another factor for us to what succeed. Yes. And then the same as doing what need to be done today without procrastinating or without what postponing is another what important factor for us to what succeed. Yes. Doing with sense of joy makes our mind more what relaxed and more what attentive and concentrated. Doing with sense of what?
Confidence.
No, doing with the sense of what? Uneasiness or what? Unwillingness.
Yeah.
You may do it, but
reluctant.
but unwilling to do or reluctant to do, that makes your mind more what? Tight or rigid. Therefore, that mind cannot what?
Cannot work
Cannot learn,
efficiently.
cannot what? Cannot learn, cannot work cannot learn, cannot do things what? Well, with what? Efficiently, yes. Because mind is what?
Tight.
Tight and rigid. Due to what? Unwillingness or reluctance what? To do, though you are what? Very much obligated to do, or what? Forced to do, the forced to do, I guess. All right. Let's say when you come back from work and your garbage bag is full, yes, and what? It smells. You may what? Take that garbage bag.
You may try to pull it out the can.
I can. With what? Reluctance or unwillingness. And the way you deal with that what garbage bag to put outside is not very well.
Not very skillful.
Not skillful and efficient. Therefore, that garbage bag may what? You may break the garbage bag and all the garbage may be all over, yes. Right? So that makes more what? Work, more what? Mess, more what?
Anger.
And more what? And anger, yes. That's clear. When you come home, the garbage bag smells, oh yes, right? With the sense of willingness to do, and you do it, thinking that, right? If I don't do it, who else will what do? I am what? I shall what?
Do it
Have
myself.
to do it.
I shall do it by myself. This is the what? Way to what? Live in everyday life. This is a part of the everyday life. With sense of joy, sense of what? Voluntariness, and that way, and your work skill will be more what? Efficient, without causing or leading to any other what? Problems or mishaps. Yes. So those, all the work skill, the efficiency of the action primarily comes from the quality of the what? Mind. So diligence is extremely important, and diligence is quality of the what? Mind. Yes. That motivates us to what? Engage in what need to be what? Done. So those are the different characteristics of the of laziness that is sitting inside of us, though we may not be aware of that what? Laziness. In brief, but diligence is diligence is like a very what? Uninterrupted, a smooth flow of the what? river water. Diligence is
like a very uninterrupted, smooth flow of water.
a smooth flow of the river water, right? That ensures, guarantees that river water will reach into the ocean. Yes. It's clear? Mm-hmm. Similarly, diligence is uninterrupted, joyful effort that really needs to, for doing what need to be what done with, and what can be done, and what need to be done today, doing that with a sense of joy that gradually leads to arrive at the end of the what?
The goal.
No, at the end, yeah, at the end of the goal, whatever task that may be, yes. So that is called what? Success. You succeed, yes. Which means if you achieve your what goal, that means what? You succeed, yes. Or when you achieve your goal, you succeed, which means you get the fruits of your own what effort, yes. You what? Get the fruit in your own hand, fruits of your own what effort, yes. And that means what? You succeeded, yes.
It seems like it would reinforce diligence too, because
What?
it seems like it would reinforce diligence too, because success would make
Yeah,
it
therefore
more.
I'm telling you. So therefore, diligence is a necessary what? Internal condition for us to succeed in our task or in whatever we attempt to what, do or attempt to what, succeed. The diligence is the smooth, we are talking the smooth is like a uninterrupted, smooth flow of the river water. Let's say we may what? We may start something what to do. We may what?
Start something to do.
Something to do. And we may what? Continue to do for a what? While. After some time, then we what? Either give up or abandon it or what? Discard it, yes. Is there any difference between those three? Give up, we give up, we abandon it, we what?
Discard it.
Discard it. Any difference between those three? Give up, then abandon it, or what?
Discard it.
Discard it.
They're versions of the same thing.
Huh?
Aren't they versions of the same thing?
What do you think, Jyoti?
Discard and abandon seem like abandonment seems you leave it, the attempt or whatever, you leave the attempt, and to discard it would be to force the attempt to leave you. So those seem very much the same.
Yeah.
And the other would be discouraged if you were just throwing your hands up.
A little slightly different in this case. Either because of you discourage, then what?
You give up.
You involuntarily give up.
It seems like that would make you less diligent.
Yes.
You like, why try?
Or you what? You intentionally what? Abandon it because of what?
Discouragement,
No.
obstruction.
Because there's a certain obstructions or inconvenience rather than discourage. You discarded it.
You actively are getting rid of it.
Now you actively get rid of it. Most likely out of your personal what? Dislike, yes. Your what?
Personal
Personal dislike, yes. So slightly different those. Give it up, or abandon it, or discarded it. Slightly different in this case. In the case of what? Laziness versus what? Diligence. So starting something to do and then continuing doing it for a while, and then either we're giving it up or abandoning it or discarding it. This also falls into the category of laziness. In that way, we will never succeed. One thing is because we are not stable in what? In our goal. Yes. We are not
Stable
Stable in our goal.
goal. Secondly, we are not confident in our effort. Yes. That's clear? Not stable in what? In our goal. Then what?
Not confident in our effort.
Not confident in our effort. And no sense of joy in doing this. Those three comes together, it will definitely defeat us from succeeding anything. Yes. That's clear. The reason why we may have, we can, or we might, or we may have those were 3 years. What are
Three
3?
problems. The problems of not being stable in our goals, not being confident in our effort, or doing without a sense of joy in what we are doing.
Lack of joy, lack of joy in what doing is. Those 3, primarily those 3 comes from what is called what? Delusion, yes, it's called. Comes from delusion, yes. Delusion in this case is is misconception of self. Yes. What? Misconception of self. Misconception of self, right? The idea of we are what we think of who we are. We are what?
The idea of who we think we are.
Who we think we are, yes. Oh, that idea, yes. That's primarily that type of delusion, yes. The idea of who we are,
Who we think.
The idea of who we are.
who we think, or who we think, then what?
We are. This
Okay,
this
who we
idea
think
of,
we are.
or the idea of who we are, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like country music, yes. Johnny Cash. So that's really the misconception of self, yes. So all of those 3 problems coming from the delusion, which is an idea of what? Who we think we are.
Yeah.
And then not being what? Stable in our goal, and
Confident in our effort.
and not confident in our effort, and not having a sense of joy in what doing, yes. In order to attain the perfection of diligence, we need to overcome from those problems. Those problems, yes. In summary, in our attempt to overcome from those problems and to perfect the
Perfection of diligence.
perfect the perfection of diligence, what we need to is we need to be very mindful about the what? The time is what?
Now.
Now. Time is
Now.
now. And now is the only time for us what?
To do.
To do. So far, we are not very much mindful about what time is. What do you think, Jason?
Not always seeing things that
No.
way, yeah.
If we are mindful about the time, it's about what? Future because of fear. Future time because of fear. Or what? Past time because of what?
Regret.
Some kind of regret or guilt or what? Some kind of bad what? Experience or bad what? Memory. Nowness is the full is called what? Full. Nowness is the full time, yes. Nowness is the full time, which means where we are now comes from
Where we are now,
Came from the preceding moment, I guess.
where we are now comes from
Everywhere we've been,
from your past, yes. From what?
from our past.
From the past.
The previous
Yeah. Where we are now, what we are now, where we are now, it comes from the what? Past.
Oh, okay.
So now contains the what? Past time, yes. What we become
in the future.
and who we will be, what we will become is what?
Dependent on the now.
It's depending on now. Yes, for what? The future time is in the what? Now. In the now or nowness.
Now.
Oh, in the present you can say. Nowness is there's time of now. Nowness. Now we shall go, we say, right? Now we shall go. That's enough. Now we shall go. It's too late. Now we shall go. So the now means present, yes. So in our attempt to overcome from those problems of the laziness and to perfect the perfection of diligence, what we need is we need to be very mindful about the what? Time. That's also what? Now. Nowness, present time. Now is the only what? Time for us what?
To do.
To do. Secondly, we need to be very much mindful, or we need to know that we have the what? Freedom. We have the what? Freedom to do only when we are living in what?
Present.
A present, yes. Past is gone, cannot. Future is not what?
Not here yet.
Not here yet. So we don't have freedom of those. Thirdly, we we really should or must know that now is the place to start. Yes. Now is the what? Is the place to start whatever we attempting to do and whatever we attempting to succeed. Now is the time to start. Not the future, not the past. Not the mañana. All right? Mañana is about future. Yeah. Tomorrow. Fourthly, we need to know that we have the what? Capacity to
accomplish.
to accomplish. Capacity to accomplish. Similarly, right, we need to know that we have what? Potential to accomplish it. Accomplishment. Similarly, we need to know that accomplishment is nothing other than the what? Fruits of the effort. Yes. Accomplishment is nothing other than the
Fruits of the effort.
fruits of effort. Yes. Effort. Effort, that is what? Backed by the diligence. Yes. Supported by the diligence. Backed by the diligence. As long as we are able to live with the mindfulness of those 5 or 4, then definitely we cannot have what? A sense of what? Laziness. Thinking to, I will do it, but not today. This we cannot have. Yeah, that need to be done today, but
I will wait to do it.
I will wait to do some other day, some other time. We will be very much aware and confidence that success or accomplishment is results of our own effort, not a gift by someone else.
Outside
An
of it.
external source.
Huh?
You said not from an external source.
Not from external, an external or anyone's or someone's gift. So the actual practice of diligence is by being very much mindful of those 4 or 5, and then living in everyday life with the mindfulness of those 4 or 5 will definitely help us to overcome from laziness and help us to have the diligence, which is the sense of joy in doing what need to be done, what can be done, and what can be what done today, and need to be what done on or in timely what manner, without mental reservation or room to procrastinate it tomorrow, since tomorrow is what?
Not guaranteed.
And tomorrow is not here, and tomorrow is totally unknown, and it is unpredictable. Yes. And also need to know that every day we will have something new thing to do here. Right? Therefore, what need to be done cannot be, should not be what? Put on what? Tomorrow, because tomorrow there will be a what?
New things to do.
Another things to do. As what? Continuation of
The day before.
the day before. The stress and what? So on so forth. Many of the that comes from the what?
Procrastination.
They were piling up what need to be done, not doing on time and piling them up, right? Thinking to do some other day, and then there was shortage of time and the shortage of energy, and so on so forth. Everything piles up. That makes us very what? Anxious and stressful. Yes. In general, stress means what?
Conflict between what the way things are and
Stress.
Yeah. Fight or flight systems activated from, feeling of threat.
Means your mind is busy.
That your mind is busy. You said the feeling what? Threat. And then Jason said what? Conflict.
internal conflict.
Internal conflict. And then
Delusion.
anyone, yes, stress. This work is very what?
Stressful.
Stressful, many people says. He's what? Sure, he is totally what? Stressed out. Or that job is very what? Stressful what? Job. So that job is very stressful job. Does it mean that that job is very what? Threatening job? Or does it mean that it's very what? Conflicting what job? Or you said as a very what? Mental what? It's very what? Busy job? What do you think? Stress.
It's a job that leads to or the conditions for internal conflict, or
It's a perception.
it's a condition, outside conditions that for lack of a better way to put it, create internal conflict or help to initiate.
It's opposite of joyous effort, for sure.
The stress to us. Stress. The stress means, okay, let's say, well, few things we can say. Is the stress is feeling of what? Fear of not being able to catch the time to do what? Everything need to be done. Is that feeling called a stress?
Yes.
Or is it, or stress, is it a heavy feeling about the pile of things need to be done, pile of what?
Things
Of
that-
Things to
Things
be-
that need to be tended to or taken care of, or
The pile of things to be done or taken care of. But and taking care of, but not being able to cope with it. Yes. But not being able to
cope with that.
cope with them. Or is the what? Stress is not being able to what? Do things in the what? Arrange and what? Organize and arrange, or in their what? Sequential what? Order. So one of those three can be the what? What we call stress. And that stress then can have what? Different what? Elements, like the internal what? Conflict, or what? Mind is so what? Busy or hectic,
Congested, yeah.
congested, and unable to what? Because of the mind is what? Busy, congested, and unable to what? Function.
Concentrate.
Or, as you said, what's that?
To the thread.
And then, because of that, and you're in some sort of what? In threat, yes. That threat means in threat of not being able to what?
To do what needs
To
be
do
done.
what needs to be what done. That's what comes to you as what? Threat.
Right.
So one of those three must be the meaning of what?
Stress.
What we call the stress. And all of those what? The feeling really makes mind very busy, yes. That's sure. All of those feeling and then brings internal some kind of disharmony or some kind of what? Conflict. All of those feeling makes you or puts you in what? Insecure, yes. Which is what? Threat, yes. All of those feeling makes your mind what? Very busy in what? Thinking and not knowing how things can be what done, so on and so forth. Yes, that's clear. All of those what the feelings combined, compiled together. Then what we see, what we ordinarily define as what?
Stress.
As stress. Primarily, the stress comes from unorganized mind, yes. Stress comes from
Unorganized.
unorganized mind, yes. Not about outside external job, yes. If we live with very messy and unorganized mind, then we can we can be stressful when the time comes to go to the restroom. What do you think? Yes.
Sure.
I can tell the 2-year-old, 2.5-year-old what baby, when they accidentally whatever they pee in the pan or in the pan, and the mother what
Gets
Frustrated.
upset.
so upset or the screams or yells, whatever. Yes. One thing is the mother really wants the baby what now to train
To use the potty, not
to go to the
To the bathroom.
no to be prepared to go to the kindergarten. Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Second is what maybe the lazy mother don't want don't want to
Teach them
deal with that one.
that problem.
That problem. So the yells or screams and so on and so forth, and then what questioning why you do it, why you did it, why you don't what la la, and then I start seeing that baby become very well.
Cheers.
Huh?
Stressful.
Stressful when the time comes to go to the
To the restroom.
restroom. Yes. Right. So similarly, the adults can be yes. We adults can be very much
Very stressed out.
very stressed out when time comes to go to the bathroom. If our life is not what we are living
Organized.
day to day life is not what organized. Really, you can check it. You can, you can check that. Check it out. But basically, those yes. So far, we are not definitely not very much mindful about those 4 or 5. So that makes us very well. That makes us
Very
to
unorganized.
be more inclined to
Be unorganized.
be very well unorganized and be more inclined or more prone to postpone what needs to be done today, thinking that there will be time to do
Later.
later. Sometime that is also when you are ready or willing to do. At that time, most likely will not come at all because the problem for that is within you. So therefore, as long as that problem is within you, it makes you very difficult to succeed in whatever you're attempting to do. Yes. So therefore, laziness is considered as one of the worst obstructions or obstacles or hindrance for us to succeed. Yes. And there will be huge difference between one is doing but forced to do. One is doing with sense of joy, doing it. Between those, we can see huge difference in terms of their effort, in terms of the outcome among the school children. Yes, among the school children. One is may do the homework, but forced to do the homework. Other one is
Anxious to do the homework because they like it. They like the subject.
and with sense of joy, doing it voluntarily, right? With sense of joy, voluntarily, with freedom in his or her mind, and doing it. And those two, between those two children or the two kids, their outcome of their learning effort, outcome of their learning effort will be huge different. Yes. So the quality of the outcome of their what they are doing homework it comes from the quality of the what
Mind.
each individual's
Child.
mind and effort. Yes, his or her effort is quality of his her effort is determined by the quality of what
Their
mind.
mind.
And quality of the outcome or the result is determined by the quality of the what action
Effort.
or effort. And the quality of the mind is determined by the sense of a joy in doing. That sense of joy in doing is called what? Diligence. So, being diligent does not mean what? Being stubborn, yes. Being what? Stubborn. Stubborn, yes. That's clear? Being diligent does not mean
Being stubborn.
being stubborn. Being stubborn means wooden nail will not work on metal. But still work.
Still trying.
Trying for years and years, months and months.
To nail that
May,
nail
it may seem to someone's eyes as he or she is very what?
in.
Diligent, but actually it's what? Stubborn. It is what? Stubbornness. Why the wooden nail will never work on the metal at all. Alright. With this, I think we have completed the discussion on the perfection of diligence, which is the most important condition or important factor for us to really succeed. And the perfection of diligence is all about spontaneously arising or naturally arising feeling of joy in doing what need to be done for us to succeed and or achieve our goal. Or that sense of spontaneously, naturally arising sense of joy is called what? Perfection of diligence. As long as there is a spontaneously arising sense of joy in doing what need to be done, right? One cannot have what? Room to what?
For laziness.
Room for laziness, or one cannot have any room to what?
Procrastinate.
To procrastinate or to postpone it. Yes. That sense of feeling of joy itself, right, immediately connects you
with what you need to do.
with what you need to be done. Yes. Or the sense of feeling of joy itself, what instantly or immediately puts you in the what action or act
Of doing what needs to be done.
for doing what needs to be done today. Yes. If we are really able to do what need to be done today, right? Then every day is what? Successful day, yes. every day is
Success.
a successful day. Yes. No day is what?
Failure.
Wasted.
No day is wasted day. No day is what? Failure day. Every day is what?
Successful.
A successful day. Every day is a good day. Every evening there need to be what?
Celebration.
Celebration. Yes.
Taco boy.
Yeah. Taco boy. Tiramisu. Happy hour. Ice cream. Chunky monkey. Those are yes. In the family, father have done what need to be done, his what duty. Mother have done the duty. Children have done everywhere done. Around the table, dinner table, everybody, all the family members have done what need to be done on their what. Each individual's part of the responsibility. Then that family will definitely succeed. Yes. Right? Other than that, the mother just hanging out in this store and spending all money. The father is just sitting in the bar or chit-chatting or something there. And the kids are hanging out with their bad friends in the street. And the evening, everybody comes back. That day is what?
Wasted.
Completely what? Failure day. Failed day.
A failed day.
A failed day, yes. And almost what? Family cannot what? Survive yet. That family becomes what? A broken what?
Broken family.
That cannot be what?
Mended.
Mended. They cannot be fixed together yet. Right? So all of those problems come from not fulfilling each family member's responsibility, that whatever need to be done today have not what done. Right? That's the problem, yes. Right? I don't have family, but still I can see what could be the family problem. Okay, we shall stop.